Hello students, in this lecture we are going to discuss a problem in which we will calculate the charge distribution when the expression of electric field at a point is given. Okay, and we will do this by using the differential form of Gauss law. So let's see. The differential form of Gauss law is given by divergence of a electric field. Okay, divergence of a electric field at a particular point is equal to rho by epsilon naught. So here E is electric field at any arbitrary point, and here rho is the charge density at that point. Okay, so this is the differential form of Gauss law, and we know that this divergence del dot E, its mathematical meaning is when we calculate the divergence of electric field at any point, then it means we consider a small volume, in the space, then the surface which surrounds this small volume, on that surface we consider an elementary surface that is given by ds, let's say in this direction, and at that and at that point there must be an electric field, let's say in this direction. Okay, let's say angle between them is theta, and we calculate E dot ds. We calculate E dot ds at every point on the surface, and then integrate it along the whole closed surface. Okay, then we divide the volume del V, and this volume which is bounded by this closed surface, and then we put a limit, that del V is equal, del V tends to 0, means this volume we considered is very small. Then this term we get is called divergence of electric field at that point. Okay, so this is the mathematical meaning of divergence of a electric field. Okay, so here from the differential form of Gauss law we know that if we calculate divergence of electric field, means if we do this performance or if we do this process at a particular point, then it will be equal to epsilon naught, then it will be equal to 1 by epsilon naught times charge density at that point. Okay, if charge density at a point is greater than 0, means rho is greater than 0. What does it mean? It means that at that point the charge present is positive charge. Okay, when rho is equal to rho greater than 0, at that point the charge present is positive charge. When rho less than 0, it means at that point charge present is negative charge. So if we say this in the opposite sense, that if at a particular point the divergence is positive, the divergence of E is positive means the value of this term is greater than 0, means this integration term is greater than 0. How much small volume we take here, the integration term is 0. How much small volume? This volume we make how much small? This volume, this integration term will be greater than 0. So that means at each point this value E dot ds must be greater than 0, because this integration means we add this E dot ds at each point. at each point we calculate E dot ds, then add them together. That is the meaning of integration. So if del dot E, divergence of E at a particular point is greater than 0, then this value of integration must be greater than 0. Okay, so if del dot is greater than 0, if we tell this condition in opposite sense, we can write that if divergence of E is greater than 0, no matter how small we choose this volume, then we can say that the integration of E dot ds must be greater than 0, so there must be a positive charge inside this small volume, because if there will be a positive charge inside this small volume, it will generate the electric lines of force in outward direction, and the angle between the electric field and the surface vector will be acute angle, and the cos of acute angle or the cosine of acute angle is always positive, so E dot ds will be positive everywhere. So moreover, we can say if divergence of E at a point is greater than 0, then there must be a positive charge inside that volume, inside that small volume. Okay, then so rho is positive. Or if divergence of E is less than 0, then the charge enclosed within that closed volume will be less than 0, that is rho is negative, or charge density at that point will be less than 0. Okay, so this is the condition, and we will take a electric field. We will take a electric field which is given by some function of x, y, z. Okay, then from that electric field expression we will calculate the charge distribution in that region. Okay, so let's take the electric field expression for electric field at a particular region, that is some constant k into I cap x plus j cap y plus k cap z. The expression of electric field at a region given by this expression. So what does it mean? It means that in that region the electric field is expressed by this function. Then how can we imagine that what kind of electric field it is, or what kind of orientation of this electric field is? See, here the term written here I cap x, j cap y and k cap z, this term is nothing but the position vector or r vector. Means if at this point, means if at this point we are going to calculate the electric field, then it will be a function of r, and its magnitude will be, the electric field at this point is E vector, and it will be in which direction? It will be in this direction. In this direction means this is nothing but the position vector of this point. So position vector of this point will be in this direction, because this is the origin. Position vector will be in this direction. This is r cap direction. Position vector will be in this direction, and the electric field is a function of this position vector, so electric field must be in this direction, r cap direction, at that point. Okay, and what is the magnitude of electric field at this point? Magnitude of electric field at this point is equal to kx square plus ky square plus kz square root over. That is equal to, taking k to outside, that will be equal to a square plus y square plus z square root over, and this is the magnitude of position vector, that is r vector magnitude of r vector. This means at this point the magnitude of electric field is k times distance from origin to this point. I repeat, the electric field at this point is, or the magnitude of electric field at this point is k times the distance from the origin to this point. Let this point is okay. So electric field, the nature of electric field is like this, and here we can see that the nature of electric field is increasing as we go far away from the origin, because the electric field is proportional to the magnitude of position vector, and if we go far away from the origin, the magnitude of the position vector will increase, so the magnitude of electric field will increase. Okay, and what is the direction of this electric field? The direction of the electric field is in radial outward direction. So what is the, so in combining this information we can say that the nature of the electric field is radially outward direction. Okay, and magnitude of electric field is directly proportional to the distance from the origin. Means as we go far and far from the origin, the magnitude of electric field will go on increasing. Okay, so the question is, what kind of charge distribution can produce this type of electric field? Okay, the question is, what kind of charge distribution can produce this type of electric field? How can we find that? We have a very interesting formula which establishes the relationship between the electric field and the charge density. Using this equation we can find the what is that charge distribution that can produce this type of electric field. Let's see how I calculate it. Okay. So from Gauss law, we see that divergence of electric field at a point is equal to rho by epsilon naught. That implies rho is equal to epsilon naught. Epsilon naught is the absolute permittivity of free space. Epsilon naught into divergence of E. Divergence of E. And we know that in Cartesian coordinate system, the divergence of electric field or divergence of any vector is given by, in Cartesian coordinate system, from this orientation of electric field or the nature of the electric field, it is seen that the electric field is symmetric about the radial direction. The electric field is symmetric about a sphere. So it will be better to use the spherical polar coordinate system instead of Cartesian coordinate system. Okay, it will be better to use spherical polar coordinate system. But first we calculate calculate using Cartesian coordinate system. Then we will learn how to use spherical polar coordinate system. And I think the spherical polar coordinate system must be better for this calculation. But in the preliminary stage, we use the Cartesian coordinate system. Cartesian coordinate. In Cartesian coordinate, divergence of electric field. Divergence of electric field is given by del Ex by del x plus del Ey by del y plus del Ez by del z. Okay, this Ex, Ey and Ez are the components of electric field in three directions, in x, y and z direction. The electric field is given by, the electric field was like this: E is equal to some constant k I cap x j cap y plus k cap z, like this. So the Ex will be the component of electric field in x direction. It will be equal to kx, and Ey at that point will be ky, and Ez at that point will be k into z. These are three components of electric field in three perpendicular directions. Okay, and we calculate the divergence of E by using this expression. So here derivative of Ex with respect to x, it means d by del x of kx del y of ky plus del y of kz. Okay, here k is constant, it will come out k, here also result is k, also k, so final result is 3k. So divergence of electric field at this, so divergence of electric field, divergence of E at that, at any particular point is 3k, 3k, and k is a constant. So it means divergence of electric field at a particular point is constant. Okay, and here from this equation we can get the charge density at that point. So charge density at that point, rho is equal to epsilon naught into divergence of E. Here divergence of E is 3k. So charge density rho is equal to 3k epsilon naught, which is a constant. Okay, so what we know from this result, that this type of electric field which is radially outward and this is symmetric about the origin, and whose magnitude is directly proportional to the distance from the origin to that point at which electric field we are calculating, this type of electric field can be produced by this type of charge distribution. And we can see that this type of charge distribution means this is a constant charge distribution, or this type of charge distribution says that the charge density at each point is constant. Okay, so if we take a three-dimensional space, at each point including the origins, charge distribution everywhere is constant. So this type of charge distribution, that is constant charge distribution, can produce this radial electric field. So this is how we calculate or we predict the charge distribution from the given electric field. Okay.